War came to an end in the year 1805 itself, 1805 itself, right? So after 10 years, these Marathas, they wanted to restore their honor and respect. Okay, they wanted to feel powerful. They wanted to have a strong kingdom. That is why Peshwa Bajirao II. Now it is not Balaji Rao, it is Baji Rao. So Bajirao II, he attacked Pune residency of the British and he burnt that. So that is how the third Anglo-Maratha war started. The main cause for third Anglo-Maratha war was these Marathas, they wanted to get back the honor and respect which they had lost during first and second Anglo-Maratha war. They wanted to rebuild their kingdom. So that was the main cause. I hope it is visible to you in the page which I have shared to you. Okay. Then what happened? What was the course? So as the first step, Baji Rao, he attacked the British residency at Pune and burnt it. Then later, Appa Sahib, another leader of Marathas from Nagpur, and with him Malhar Rao Holkar. Okay, it is not Yashwant Rao now, Malhar Rao. So Malhar Rao Holkar and Appa Sahib of Nagpur, they revolted against the British. It is the second event in the third Anglo-Maratha war. But what happened to their revolt? Their revolt was suppressed by the British. British defeated Appa Sahib and Malhar Rao Holkar. Then our Peshwa, Baji Rao II, again he attacked British in two places. One is Ashti and second one is Koregaon. Okay, Koregaon and Ashti. In these two places, Peshwa Baji Rao II attacked British, but he was defeated in these two places also. Then, what were the results of Third Anglo-Maratha War? So you can see the results here. So who were defeated? Can you tell me? In the Third Anglo-Maratha War, who were defeated? Who will tell me the answer? Is it British or is it Marathas? Who were defeated? Why are you not raising your hand? Raise your hands. Nikhil? Nikhil Naik? Otherwise, Vaishnavi, tell me the answer.
Marathas were
defeated. Okay. So the first consequence, immediate consequence or result of Third Anglo-Maratha War is Marathas were defeated and British won the war. Then British, second result of Third Anglo-Maratha War is British cancelled the post of Peshwa and they gave pension to Peshwa Balaji Rao II, Baji Rao II. Okay, he was the last Peshwa, Baji Rao II. British cancelled the post of Peshwa and they gave pension to Baji Rao II. Then third thing, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಿಗಾರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜಂತರ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸಹಾಯಕ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಇರಬಹುದು. They appointed a person called Pratap Simha. Pratap Simha was the descendant of Shivaji. Okay, so they appointed Pratap Simha and they gave him a small place called Satara as his kingdom. Okay, and they called him the traditional ruler of Marathas. In this way, British got complete control over the Maharashtra region or Maratha kingdom of that time. Understood? These were the results of Third Anglo-Maratha War. So, first of all, the Anglo-Maratha War, Third Anglo-Maratha War, it took place between 1817 and 1818. Cause is Marathas wanted to get back their honor and respect. So, course now. First step, what did Baji Rao II do? Sahana? Can you hear me, Marie?
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಚ್ಚಿ.
Which one you didn't hear? Maratha war you didn't hear. Who else did? Who else did?
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಂಗ್ಲೋ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಾರ್ ಮರಾಠ ವಾರ್.
Okay. So now, who else did not hear me? Raise your hands. Cause and course of the war. Who else did not hear me? Okay. See, Sahana, listen to me now. Again, I am repeating. So first of all, what happened? Maratha war, third Anglo-Maratha war was started because, Marathas wanted to restore their honor and respect. That was the cause for first Anglo-Maratha war. In the beginning, Baji Rao II attacked Pune residency. Then he burnt it. Then second thing, Appa Sahib of Nagpur and Malhar Rao Holkar, they revolted against the British and their revolt was suppressed. Then as the third event, Bajirao II attacked two places, Ashti and Koregaon, where he was defeated by the British. So these were the course, these were the steps in the war. So one by one. Sahana, now did you hear me? Sahana.
ಎಸ್ ಮಚ್ಚಿ.
Did you hear me now?
ಎಸ್ ಮಚ್ಚಿ.
Okay. Now, results, immediate result of Third Anglo-Maratha War was Marathas were defeated, British won. Second thing, British cancelled which post? Which post was cancelled by British? It was the post of Peshwa. Then British gave pension to Bajirao II. They appointed Pratap Singha, the descendant of Shivaji, as the next ruler. They gave him a small part as his kingdom, and it was Satara. Then they declared that he was the traditional ruler of Marathas. So this is how Third Anglo-Maratha War came to an end in the year 1818, and after 1818, British ruled that region directly. Maharashtra came under the direct rule of the British. Okay, so now western part of India, it is almost under the control of British. Then southwest part of India, 1799 with the death of Tipu Sultan, southwest region of India, our Karnataka and Kerala region, it came under the control of British. Now the region which is remaining under the hands of India and which did not come under the hands of English is northwest region, and in that region Ranjit Singh was ruling. Okay, so let us know something about Ranjit Singh. Yes, let us know something about Ranjit Singh. Who was he? So he was a great Sikh ruler, and it is Ranjit Singh who brought back Kohinoor diamond from Nadir Shah. So in the third battle of Panipat, you might have learnt in 9th standard, third battle of Panipat. In this battle, Nadir Shah had invaded India, and this Nadir Shah has taken Kohinoor diamond to his place, Iran. Duleep Singh, he got this Kohinoor diamond back to India. So Ranjit Singh, Ranjit Singh, he was a great ruler. Let us know something about Ranjit Singh. So in the northwest part of India, there were some 12 Sikh missiles. Sikhs were not united. They were divided into 12 missiles. Okay. So his father, Ranjit Singh's father, was the head of a place called Sukar Chakia. What was the name of that place, children? Sukar Chakia. He was the head of Sukar Chakia. Then when Ranjit Singh was some 10 years old, his father died. So at that time, Ranjit Singh was just 10 years old. But he was very brave, he was very strong. At that time, when he was some 12 years old, he lost his left eye. Okay, so he had got vision for only one eye. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬಾಣತಾಗೋ ಏನೋ ಆಗಿ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣು ಕೂಡ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ when he was just 12 years old. So at the age of 10, he lost his father. At the age of 12, he lost his left eye also. Then what happened? ಶಹಜಮಾನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟಿನ ಹೆಸರು. ಕಾಬೂಲಿಂದ ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಶಹಜಹಾನ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಅಂತನೋ ನವಾಬ್ ಅಂತನೋ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತನೋ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕರಿತೀವೋ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಶಹಜಮಾನ್. He invaded India. Then Ranjit Singh supported this Shahjahan, and that is why Shahjahan became very happy and he gave Lahore to Ranjit Singh and he appointed Ranjit Singh as the Raja of Lahore region. Okay, so Ranjit Singh became the Raja of Lahore region, and later he united all the Sikhs and he became the leader for all the 12 missiles. Illi missiles andre group anta. He became the leader for all the 12 missiles of the Sikhs. So Sikhs got united under the rule of Ranjit Singh. So he was very clever also. ತಲೆ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಬಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಜಾತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗುದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಜಾತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Ranjit Singh had understood that British were powerful enough. So what did he do? Instead of waging war against British, he made an agreement. He signed an agreement with British, and that agreement came to be known as Agreement of Friendship, and it was signed in the year 1809 in Amritsar. Okay, in Amritsar, the Treaty of Friendship was signed between whom? Ranjit Singh and the British. So according to this treaty, British and Ranjit Singh, they would not ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲಿ ಅವರು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ರಣಜಿತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ರಣಜಿತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ? ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಟು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಇನ್ವೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರೂಲರ್. And that job was done by whom? This Ranjit Singh, alva. So foreign invasion ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇರಾನ್ ಇಂದನೋ, ಇರಾಕ್ ಇಂದನೋ, ಪರ್ಷಿಯಾದಿಂದನೋ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವರ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಿಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ಭಯ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ ಇರಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So this Ranjit Singh stopped that foreign invasion. That is why until the death of Ranjit Singh in the year 1839, British did not interfere in the affairs of the state of Ranjit Singh. Understood? Then what type of man was this Ranjit Singh? So he was religiously tolerant man. He had good friendship with Hindus, Muslims also. Then he was very strong person. Then he had also started a factory or workshop at Lahore to produce or to manufacture the cannons. ಫಿರಂಗಿಗಳನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ this is about, yes, he was very religiously tolerant person. That is why the other religions people also did not attack Ranjit Singh. So this is how there was a friendship between Ranjit Singh and British. Then what happened? In the year 1839, Ranjit Singh died, and his death led to political instability in northwest region of India. Ranjit Singh ange 4 ಮಕ್ಕಳು. So ಈ 4 ಮಕ್ಕಳು wanted to come to the throne. They wanted to rule. So there was political instability in northwest region, and it became the cause for Anglo-Sikh wars. So that we will learn in the next part. So first Anglo-Sikh War. So first Anglo-Sikh War, what is the cause for first Anglo-Sikh War? First cause is after the death of Ranjit Singh. This was the cause. After the death of Ranjit Singh in the year 1839, political instability was there, and that is why British got an opportunity to interfere in the political affairs. Iವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? British saw that Sikhs were not powerful enough, and that is why they broke the treaty of friendship which they had signed with Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh ಜೊತೆ ಅಮೃತ್ಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ they started to invade the regions belonging to Sikhs. So these Sikhs, they thought that they should become united so that they could ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಇನ್ವೇಷನ್. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫಾರಿನರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಾಗಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಗಾಟ್ ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು? ಸಿಖ್ಸು, ಹಿಂದೂಸು, ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸು. ಟುಗೆದರ್ ದೇ ಫಾಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್, and that is why what happened, British were defeated. See here, so Sikhs were very powerful, they were clever enough, okay, so they defeated British, but what happened, there were traitors. ಹೇಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀರ್ ಜಾಫರ್ ಇದ್ನೋ, ಸಿರಾಜುದ್ದೌಲನ ಸೇನಾಪತಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ there were some traitors, ಮೋಸಗಾರರಿದ್ರು. even though the Sikhs defeated British, some traitors they supported British, and British finally defeated the Sikhs. So Sikhs had to enter a humiliating treaty at Lahore. Humiliating ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಪ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇವರಿಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, they completely got surrendered to the British. It was a humiliating treaty of Lahore, and with this treaty of Lahore, the first Anglo-Sikh war came to an end in the year 1846. Okay, understood children? So what was the cause for first Anglo-Sikh war? Who will tell me the cause for first Anglo-Sikh war? Raise your hands. Raise your hands, children. I want to know. What was the cause for first Anglo-Sikh war? Nivedita.
Political instability in the kingdom after the death of Ranjit Singh.
Then what happened?
The British broke friendship treaty.
Yes, the British broke the treaty of friendship. Okay. Yes. Now, wait. Darshan Hegde. Darshan Hegde. Anvit Ji Naik. Banwasi. Tell me. The cause for first Anglo-Sikh war.
After the death of Ranjit Singh, British felt that the Sikhs were not that much of strong. So British attacked Sikh region.
What treaty did they break?
They break the treaty of friendship.
Now let us continue with the second Anglo-Sikh war. Second Anglo-Sikh war, let us see in your textbook, they have not given separately the first Anglo-Sikh war and second Anglo-Sikh war. For your convenience, I have separated them. Okay, actually 2 Anglo-Sikh wars have taken place. So now afterwards what happened? Some Sikh leaders, they did not want the British to rule their kingdom directly. Okay, they did not want the British to rule their kingdom directly. That is why they opposed it and they decided to revolt against the British. It was the cause for second Anglo-Sikh war. Now, who were the Sikh leaders who fought against the British in the second Anglo-Sikh war? There were 2 leaders. One is Mool Raj. Okay, one is Mool Raj and second one is, children, Chattar Singh Attarawala. What was his name? Chattar Singh Attarawala. He revolted from Lahore, and Mool Raj, he revolted from Multan. But what happened? They could not defeat the British. Their revolt was completely suppressed and they had to surrender. In this way, complete northwestern region of India, the Sikh kingdom, came under the control of British, and British became the de facto leaders. They became the original leaders of Sikh kingdom. Okay, in this way, second Anglo-Sikh war came to an end. So afterwards, Dalhousie, he merged the Sikh kingdom into the British Empire. These were the results of Anglo-Sikh War second. Who were the leaders? First one is Chattar Singh Attarawala and second leader is Mool Raj from Multan. They revolted, but their revolt was suppressed. Okay, so this is about second Anglo-Sikh War. Now let us go for another doctrine, cunning doctrine adopted by the British to extend their power in India. That is the doctrine of ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಅಲಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ. ಕನ್ನಡದ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ? ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ? ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ? ಹಾ, ಶ್ರೇಯಾ ಭಟ್ ಹೇಳು ನೋಡುವ. 7th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಹಾ, ಎಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್. ಬರಿ ಹೇಳು, ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್.
ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸೈನ್ಯ ಪದ್ಧತಿ.
Exactly. Okay, you should remember. It is easy for you to remember if you remember it in Kannada. Sahayaka Sainya Paddhati, or the subsidiary alliance system. In the same way, there was another doctrine. It is doctrine of lapse. Who knows its Kannada translation? Anybody who has come to 8th standard to our school, who has studied in Kannada medium up to 7th standard? Anybody remembers? Doctrine of lapse policy introduced by Dalhousie, Lord Dalhousie. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇವತ್ತು. ನಿಖಿಲ್ ಆರೆಗಡೆ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ.
ಕಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹಾ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ನಿಖಿಲ್? ಹಾ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಯುವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಿಖಿಲ್. ದತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ದತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲನೋ ಏನು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತುದಿ ತನಕನೂ ನೆನಪಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ದತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮೀ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ 7th standard, children. Now I want answer from Soumya Hegde.
King who take some this children from as their
Adoption. If they have adopted.
They have no right to take the throne. Only children who have born to their king and queen have
natural hair. Okay, you can call them natural hair. Correct. Soumya, your answer is correct. Natural hair ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಾಜ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಇದು. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸವಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಡಾಲ್ಹೌಸಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1848. ಆದ್ರೆ it was there in practice during the time of Kittur Rani Channamma also, Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai also. Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai, she was there after 1848. Dalhousie India ke bandidu 1848. Kittur Rani Channamma iddidu ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ 1820, 21, 24 ತನಕವ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಮಾತಾಜಿ, you say that doctrine of lapse policy was introduced by Dalhousie, but during Kittur Rani Channamma's time also doctrine of lapse policy was practiced. ಹೌದಾ? ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರೋ ಮೊದಲೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್, ಕಾನೂನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಡಾಲ್ಹೌಸಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1824 itself, Kittur Rani Channamma's adopted son did not get the right to come to the throne after the death of his father and the natural heir of Kittur Rani Channamma. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ರೂಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಡಾಲ್ಹೌಸಿ. ಹೂ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ? It was Lord Dalhousie. According to this policy, only natural hair, okay, HAIR hair alla, HEIR here, only natural hair, only swanta makkalu had the right to ascend the throne after the death of their father. Then within 5 minutes meeting may end, you have to join with the same thing. Okay, so those who had not got natural hair, even though they had got adopted, they had adopted the children, adopted a son, that adopted son had no right for the throne. It is called what? Doctrine of lapse policy. British told that the kings who had got adopted son, their kingdom would lapse to British Empire. British Empire ಗೆ lapse ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. So you can see the definition of doctrine of lapse policy there. So it says that an attempt. Okay. So he adopted doctrine of lapse policy whereby the adopted children of Indian kings were refused of their right to throne. According to this policy, if any Indian ruler died childless, his adopted children had no legal right over the throne. So their state would lapse to whom? The British Empire. The state would be merged in the British Empire. So it was doctrine of lapse policy. According to this policy, many important kingdoms of India lapsed to the British kingdom. So 4 puras are there. May help you to remember the things. 4 puras. Jaipur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Nagpur. Okay. Jaipur, Sambalpur, Udaipur and Nagpur. 4 puras and 2 other things. Satara, Pratap Singhavana Rajya ittalva, Satara and Jhansi. Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai hai Jhansi. There are many other kingdoms. There were many other kingdoms. Tanjavur ittu, Oudh ittu. Okay, amele Mughals adru. So all these people, all these kings lost their kingdom for not having natural heir. Okay, so this is called what? Doctrine of lapse policy. Because of this doctrine of lapse policy, many kings felt very much bad about the British. Then the people who loved the kings, okay, they also felt, common people who loved their kings, who loved their motherland, they felt very bad about the British, and finally they revolted against the British, and it became one of the causes for 1857 revolt. Okay, in the year 1857 the revolt took place. So let us stop here. Let us end the meeting here. You rejoin the meeting. End the meeting and rejoin the meeting by using the same link.